Okay, I'll go ahead and call the recommending committee meeting to order. We're in compliance with the open meeting law, correct?
Yes, we are.
All right, item number, let's see, item number 3, for possible action, updates to the regulations pertaining to the residential parking zones to authorize their use in areas where certain types of special events take place, sponsored by Councilman Bob Coffin. Staff?
I can take the first stab at this. The current requirements for obtaining a residential parking permit zone, there are 4 of them. You see them on the first page, A through D. It has to be adjacent to a commercial or other development with a high parking demand. The streets for which the zone is requested are primarily residential. Parking study with certain results has to be produced, and there needs to be a signed petition on behalf of at least 51% of the residences. This bill would retain, even though you see brackets around those 4, it really retains the first 4, but makes D and the new E alternative. So D, there still needs to be, I'm sorry, yeah, there's still the requirement for close proximity, residential park, streets, signed petition, a parking study. But the parking study can be, an alternative to the parking study can be if the residential area is in close proximity to an area that hosts at least 5 special events with a high parking demand. I believe Councilman Coffin can speak to that issue, but it makes an alternative available for those kinds of streets. The rest of the bill is cleanup that changes some names of the Transportation Engineering Division, and talks about who posts signs at the appropriate locations. But the meat of the bill is to add that additional alternative.
Okay. Anybody from the public wishing to be heard on this item? Okay, I'll close the public comment. Councilman Coffin.
I will explain the bill so that anybody that is in the audience would have an idea for the purpose of the bill anyway, because I really probably should have said that before Val explained the bill. And I'm still hoping Brandy will come over here on parking and explain her role in this, but it's not a critical appearance. The point is that we have in the downtown area an increasingly cluttered parking situation caused not by business, but by special events. So we have, for instance, Life is Beautiful. We're trying to be preemptive on what they call the venue, which is in the county, just on the other side of our city limits, at Sahara, where our southern city limit is. And we know there are going to be huge events there, outdoor concerts, 30, 50, 60,000 people. They're not all going to come by bus, despite what the county has bought into, which is that the MGM will bus everybody in from their properties. It isn't going to happen that way. So people who live, permanent residents near these areas, whether it be Life is Beautiful downtown, another event, and there could be up to 5, as you know, then in that case, we want to give a break to the people who live there. We want to make sure they're able to park, and that people who don't belong there at least are warned that they shouldn't park there, and that they should go to the nearest public parking. How we do that, I'm not quite sure in terms of warning people, but I'm sure we'll figure out a system whereby they don't park there unless they're allowed to. And each resident would get a limited number, probably 3 parking permits, at least that's what the bill says. That's probably enough for most residences, but if not, we'll have to adjust the bill. I think the idea would be as we start the process here, because we're gonna have to ask permission, ask these folks if they really want this protection. That's the process. So passage of the ordinance would simply start the process rolling into the neighborhoods. And those that are affected are going to want this, I think. But let's find out what the public appetite is by passing the bill. So that's what I have in mind.
Is there a motion then?
Did I state it correctly, Val?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then I now move for due pass on Bill 2014-102.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 4, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within jurisdiction of the committee. No subject may be acted upon by the committee unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward, give your name, For the record, the amount of discussion on any single subject as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Anybody who would like to speak under citizen participation? Okay. No citizen participation. Is there a motion to adjourn?
After I ask a question, we need to put on the record when this bill will be heard by council.
Thank you very much. If moved out of committee today, bill number 2014-102 will be eligible for adoption at the January 21st city council meeting. Thanks for making me do that.
Thank you. Okay, I move forward, sir.
All those in favor? Aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time and patience.